fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. Today I am going to be sealing my Crystal Canvas Art Designs Seahorse Canvas. If you haven't seen the finished video, I'll stick a card up there in the corner. Before I put this away in a portfolio or someplace, I want to seal it. And I have a couple of options, but this is what I'm going to do. So I could seal it with my crystal art sealer. However, this is a fairly big painting. This was expensive. I know it works and it's good, but because I want to seal the whole thing, I'm going to save this for some of my smaller projects that I've used it on, like my journals and things. So I'm not going to use this one. I am going to use my satin Mod Podge. I have a matte Mod Podge, but I don't want to use it because I don't want to dull any of the shine. Now, glossy might be better, but this is what I have on hand, so I'm just going to try it and see what happens. So, I think I have everything ready. I have my completed canvas. I have just a gross bowl that I'm going to be, it's clean, but we don't use it for food or anything. So I'm going to put some of the Mod Podge in here, and then I'm going to put some water in to thin out the Mod Podge. And then I have a variety of brushes that I'm going to use. I have this big brush, but I don't know if I want to use, it's nice and soft and it's big as opposed to these options. But I feel like maybe that's going to be too, even though it's nice and soft, maybe it's not going to do what I want. I'm going to have to press too hard. We'll see as I go. I may change my mind. I may get tired of using this or the other one and decide it's too much work. I also have a second bowl and a clean rag, because what I'm going to do is after I put it on a section, I'm going to go kind of section by section. After I put it on a section, I'm going to wipe off some excess. So I also have some baby wipes here that I might use, as well as some paper towels. So I think I have everything covered. So I am going to open my Mod Podge, and I shook it, got it really shaken up so it's works well. Ignore the gross stuff on the lid. Okay. And I have no idea how much this is going to take. So we'll just find out. I don't know if that's going to be enough or if I'm going to need more. We'll see. It's pretty thick, so I'm going to add in some water because I want to make it thinner, because I don't want it to be super duper runny, but I don't want it to be really, really thick either. And that's probably a little bit too runny. So I'm going to add some more Mod Podge in. And if I have to throw some of this away, that's okay. Mod Podge is not expensive, so even if I use this whole thing, and there's a big clump right there that I'm going to pick out because I don't want that in there. So 1 second, let me get rid of that. Okay, let me mix this up again. See if that's kind of the consistency I want it. I think that's a little bit better. Let's hope I have enough to do the whole thing. Okay, so I'm just going to take this sponge and I'm just going to start covering my canvas. Now, let me get some of this stuff out of the way here, because I'm going to turn my canvas so that I'm going to turn it this way so I can keep a little bit better track of what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to start on this end down here. Get some, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. maybe a little bit too thin, but if I have to put on a second coat, that's okay. I would rather have it be too thin and I have to do a couple of coats than put it on too thick and I can't get all the excess wiped off like I want. So I am going back in and you can kind of see where I've got it. It's pretty thick in between the drills there, where I just initially put it down, which is okay. And then I'm just kind of trying to spread it out a little bit. And like I said, if I need to go back in and do additional coats, that's okay with me. Okay, I'm trying to get a kind of even section across here. Let me do some right here and get it going all the way across. Okay, now, let me get this brush in here and see if that breaks up some of it. And I'm doing this really lightly because I don't want to pull up any of the drills. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this in the first place, is that I had issues with these drills coming off, which I do not want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with one of the baby wipes and see if that works okay, taking off kind of the excess. Oh yes. Okay. And I can see now when I'm doing that I'm taking up some of the excess. And I pulled up a drill somewhere, so I'm going to need to replace that as soon as I figure out where it came from. And I'm going to need to go get some tweezers because I have left some hairs from that brush in my painting, which I do not want. So I will need to go back and fix it. And then this diamond, let me stick it back where it goes. Okay. There's that. I will be right back. I'm going to go grab some tweezers. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so note to self, do not use that black paintbrush again because it is leaving bristles, which I do not want. And I saw another one over here. Trying to get these picked up before they get stuck in the painting, because I definitely don't want that. Move some stuff around here. And do I have any more stuck? There's one. Do I have any other ones where I've already gone over? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, so that brush is going. Okay. So let me mix this up again. And I can see where I've already gone. So now I'm going to go over a new section. And again, I'm just trying to really lightly go over this. I don't want to have lots of leftover Mod Podge. So you can see it's kind of dulling these, but when I go over them with another baby wipe, it will bring them right back up to shine. And once all this dries, it will dry clear, hopefully, and you'll never know. I wanted to try this out. Also, this is a satin rather than the gloss. So I wanted to see how well this one worked too. As I said, this is sealing it is something that I'm going to want to do with my, possibly with my Josephine Wall Diana painting. And I didn't want to try this on something that I spent that much time diamond painting. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and finish the whole thing. I'm going to have Mod Podge mix left over, and that's okay. And then I'm going to go over it all with my baby wipes. And I have a rag, a clean rag that I can use as well. But if the baby wipes are working for me, then I'm going to use that. That's what the baby wipes is, what's recommended for my other crystal sealer. So I figured I might as well use it with this one and see. Don't know if Mod Podge ever intended for this to be used for sealing diamond paintings, but if it works, right? I know I've seen it work for some other people. But it's always, you know, different kind of watching people do it on YouTube, how-tos and things, versus you trying it for yourself. That's one of the reasons I kind of wanted to do this on camera for you guys, so that you can kind of see, you can watch me as I make mistakes, because I'm most likely going to. Okay, and I'm just kind of trying to go over, hopefully you can see this, trying to go over where I've put the Mod Podge and take that layer of it off of the top of the drills and bring that shine back up. It's okay if there's Mod Podge in between the drills. It's going to dry clear, and so, you know, if it's behind them or if it's, you know, in between them, that's what I want, because I want the drills to stay in place. I don't want them to come up. So it's looking pretty good, actually. And then I will probably leave this to lay for 24 hours or so. I don't know that I will necessarily need to leave it that long, but I probably will, just to let it get good and dry and not be tacky. I can't tell if it's tacky because my fingers are tacky, or if it's tacky because it's got some Mod Podge on it still. Okay, I didn't pull up any other drills, and it looks to me like I've gone over all of them and gotten up a lot of the Mod Podge. So now I'm just kind of trying to blot it if there's a space where I see a lot of extra Mod Podge. So, and you can see already, if you look at this section down here that I've already done, you can see how it's already starting to kind of turn clear behind it. So there's some sections where there's quite a bit of Mod Podge, so where it's kind of pooled, it will need a little bit more time to dry, but yeah, I think that looks really good. Okay, so that's it for the application. It really did not take that much. It was a thin coat. I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to come back and see what it looks like and how I think it feels. And I may call it good. I may add another coat. I don't know. We'll see. So I'll meet you back here when it's dry. Don't go anywhere. Hello, addicts, back. So it has been 24 hours since I applied the Mod Podge sealant to my seahorse diamond painting. the all crystal ones. This is all crystal rhinestones again, and it turned out great. I'm actually really, really happy. I can run my fingers across now without getting any of the drills popping off on my hands. So if I do this, I don't have any coming up on my fingers, which is awesome. And it's still nice and shiny. So I'm going to grab you out of the tripod here, and I'll try to be still as we move a little bit closer, but hopefully you can see that it just turned out really, really well. I'm really happy with it. And again, this is not going to go in a frame. That's not why I sealed it. It is going to go in my portfolio book that I purchased. So be on the lookout for that video, because I bought some larger portfolio books to fit bigger paintings in. But yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out. If I zoom in really close here so you can see, you can't see any of the Mod Podge. It has all dried clear. The drills are still super shiny, and it still looks really good, and I don't have to worry about anything falling off. So that was the goal. So there you have it, the finished sealing of my mosaic seahorse from Crystal Canvas Art Designs. And yeah, so if you have some Mod Podge laying around, don't be afraid to try it out and see. It's working really well. I know it can yellow with age, but I put on a very thin coat, and honestly, by the time the Mod Podge yellows, I probably won't be here anymore, so it's all good. So there's my sealing video. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to do all the things. Give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.